So, Rob, how the hell are ya?
Good, good. Well, can't wait for summer to be over. I'm sick of this fucking heat.
Yeah, some of you guys in Canada really aren't used to, is it?
No, we've been getting temps almost, well, not as hot as you guys, but it's been up there.
Oh, yeah.
Except
So,
for today. Today and yesterday's not bad. But
cool, good deal, man. Well, first of all, congratulations on the getting the new CD out. I'm sure everybody here knows. But if you didn't know, Rob just released, what was it, last month?
yeah, about that.
About last month, Lock and Load. It's now available on iTunes. There's a peculiar way you got to look for Rob on iTunes. Rob, how do people need to do that again?
Well, there's two guys named Rob Mazurek on iTunes. There's myself and there's a well-known jazz musician from Chicago, and he has, I think, about 5 or 6 albums on iTunes. So, I mean, if you type in Rob Mazurek, you'll get both of us. So, just look for the guy with the hair.
The hair and the size 16 boots.
Yeah, well, they won't show that there, because, fuck, I don't have a webcam big enough to take a picture of that fucking shit.
Okay.
Need fucking wide-angle lens for that crap, eh? Yeah.
I know, that's right.
I have to stand way the fuck back there, too. Yeah.
Oh, man. So, tell me.
Jack's losing it. We just started.
I know. You got me already.
Since I knew I should have taped this shit.
Oh, man. Oh, I've got the fucking audio recording. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you
go. It'll go up in all its posterity that, yeah, you fucking got me, dude. So, anyway. Oh, man. So that's how you can find Rob. Look for the hair, because you're not going to see the feet.
Yeah, you won't see the feet.
Okay. Anyway, so tell me about...
That would make a great album cover, though, don't you think?
Well, yeah, but it would have to be a record, like an LP. That shit's not fitting on a CD cover.
Yeah, it'd have to be like an extended set or something.
That'd be a freaking poster.
I'm pulling up iTunes like 3 months in advance. Hey, how many pages can you reserve me?
Oh, man. Our friends over at TuneCore would probably have to call in a few favors on that one.
Yeah, not to mention I have to get a fucking digital specialist to do the fucking cover for that shit.
Yeah, and it would be a definite panoramic right there.
Oh, yeah, there you
go. We do have a photography expert in the chat. Hey, Mike, that would be doable, right? Just have to take just a bunch of still shots, like the front toes, like the middle part, another 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 middle part.
Angela would say there's no fucking way I'm touching that one. Yeah, you have to do it in sections.
Yeah.
Kind of like fucking building a highway.
So we've got, all right, so you've got the new album out, and when are the physical CDs going to hit the market?
Well, actually, it's kind of slow on that. Should be around, probably end of October, I think.
Oh, wow, that long?
Yeah.
Because last time they nailed that shit out pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, that's actually my fault this time.
Oh, okay. Okay. So tell me, what now, aside from us constantly hounding you to put out a CD, what inspired you to come out with the second one?
Just a bunch of songs I had on. A couple of songs, ideas that I had on file, so I just kind of played around with them.
Oh, wow.
And the Lock and Load thing is basically about the whole fucking revolution that's happening down in the States right now.
Right.
With the whole gun control shit and all of that stuff. So, I kind of see the writing on the wall, basically.
Right. Awesome, dude.
Hopefully it doesn't come down to that shit, but,
We hope not. It would be nice to think that cooler heads might prevail.
Well, I think once they get Obama out of there, I'm just afraid Romney's just going to be fucking Bush too, you know.
Oh yeah. So you started playing guitar when you were 6 years old.
Well, that's when I got my first guitar. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call it playing. It was more like making noise. Yeah. But I think they got me the guitar because they used to bang on my mom's pots and pans playing fucking drums, eh? So I think they realized we better get this kid a fucking instrument because he's driving us nuts. So, little did they know guitar wasn't going to help them any.
Right. I know one of the times that we've talked, and we've never done this on Blog TV, so I'm kind of rehashing stuff that we've already kind of talked about, because we have some people, especially hanging out here, that weren't at our very first interview way back during the Blog Talk radio days, which almost seems like a million years ago now. Tell us more about the school that you went to and your teacher. I know that this is somebody who was a very big inspiration to you.
Oh yeah, Andrew Watson. He heads up a school called Creative Guitar Studio here in Winnipeg, and he attended the Guitar Institute, Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California.
Right.
And that's where he got his music education. And so he started up a school here in the 90s. And he's just an amazing instructor. And he has a YouTube channel as well. You just type in Creative Guitar, you'll find his YouTube channel.
Oh wow! Now it's Creative Guitar. Are they still around today?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got he has online lessons that he teaches on YouTube, and he has curriculum that he'll send out to people if they want to subscribe. Music lessons, like, you know, if you live like hell knows where, he'll send you lessons through the mail or whatever.
Okay. Now, does he have any videos of himself, like around the internet or on YouTube or anything?
Oh, tons. Yeah. Like I say, if you just type in Creative Guitar Studio on YouTube, and you'll pull up all his videos. You'll pull up his YouTube channel.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
So, how many songs are on the new CD?
12.
12. About how long does the CD run?
12 or 13, can't remember. Something like that.
Yeah, because there were some late additions at the very end, weren't there?
Yeah, I put on that Drifting Off the Dreamland as the last song on the album. The one that I played for you guys during that music fest event. Years ago.
Now, how different is that song now compared to the original version that you sent us? It was during one of our Free the Weed events. It was, I think, about 2-3 years ago now.
It's pretty much the same. It might be a little bit longer. Hi, X.
Excellence in the chat, dude. Long time no see. We also have Ross Nathan that's just joined us in the chat. Anybody that's popped in that I might have missed since I was dicking around with all this other stuff? Nope, all the other faces are still here.
Hey. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on, so I missed some of the chat room.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching the chat myself. Does anybody in the chat have any questions for Rob? Just go ahead and throw them up. One of us might actually see it.
You've already established they're size 16, by the way. So.
Yeah, the boots, and you stand 6'8".
Yeah.
And we're talking about now on the new CD, Lock and Load. What if you had to pick one? Because it's like picking a favorite child. If you had to pick one, which song would you say was your most ambitious?
ambitious.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think you really stretched as far as musically?
Well, I think my favorite song on there is "Graveyard Rocker," because it's got kind of a spooky intro to it, but much like the other song on my first album.
Yeah, it's like picking a favorite child, isn't it?
I know, yeah. It's like Armageddon, kind of.
Okay.
Something like that.
Awesome. Good deal. What would you say inspires you musically?
Oh wow! I think pretty much every guitarist I've ever heard inspires me. I try and pick up shit from everybody, because it's always like guitar or any instrument. I think it's always a learning curve. Like you never stop learning shit from other people.
No, because once you stop learning, that's it, right?
But yeah, and everyone's got their own kind of style. So I mean, it's really unique. Like, you can pick up something off a blues player or something off a jazz player. Different techniques, finger picking, Spanish, whatever.
Now, some of your music does have a Spanish vibe to it.
Yeah, my old tune El Gringo. What's the other one?
6-Shooter Padre?
6-Shooter Padre, Gunfighter. I don't know some of the other ones, but yeah, there's a few of them that got that kind of a vibe.
For those of you sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I try and incorporate a little bit of everything because I like all kinds of music. So it's really hard to pick and choose what you want to do. You just kind of go with the flow when you're like, for me, I just noodle on guitar and I come up with some idea and I go, okay, let's go with that and kind of build on it.
Wow. For those of you just joining us, we're having a quick sit-down chat with our good friend Rob Mazurek, who's known on Blog TV as the Disperminator. If you're catching this on YouTube, I think it's Disperminator Rob.
Yeah. I started another channel too, but it's not really going yet. So.
Okay. And you can also go to his website at www.robmazurekmusic.com. The site is back fully up and functioning, right?
Yep.
Okay. If you go to robmazurek.com, it takes you to the jazz musician we were speaking of a little bit earlier.
Yeah, if you want to, you can type my name in iTunes and we'll pull up both of our pages there. We're on the same page, actually. So.
Hey, Rob, looks like we got one of your fans in the chat here. Ras Nathan points out that you use a Roland with your guitar.
Yeah, with the on some songs I do, yeah.
Now, for those of us who don't know, what exactly does that do?
Well, what it is, it's a guitar synth, and for the people who don't know what a guitar synth is, it's basically a processor which simulates various instruments, from anything from string orchestras to trumpets to violins, organs, harmonicas, pretty much any instrument you could think. I think there's over 400 different instruments on there. So,
which one would you say? Wow, 400. So, have you even played with all of them yet?
Oh hell no, no. I mean, I've run through all the patches, but I haven't used them all for like recording.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it looks like he points out. Ras Nathan points out Jerry Garcia used it as well.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
No, I wasn't aware of that either.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really handy. I mean, like, you know, because to go and hire yourself an orchestra, you know, it costs you some big bucks. So you can do everything in, you know, in patches on guitar and, you know, edit it into the song. So I just dub it into the song itself. And so.
Or yeah, look, you can do sampling as well.
Yeah, you can sample as well. That's pretty neat. It's well worth the money. I mean, it was like I think $800 purchase, but it's well worth the cash if you want to do a lot of recording.
Right. Now, tell us more about your actual guitar.
Well, it's just a basic Les Paul with the Roland accessories on it. It's got the GK3 pickup and the GK3 controller for the synth. So it's does the job. I mean.
If you could have, here's a fun question. If you could have any guitar, which one would you have?
Oh my God!
Curveball.
Probably a vintage '57 Les Paul with probably Seymour Duncan in it, pickups. Alpha 2s, or a lot of those people would say when you change the pickups on the guitar, you kind of ruin the value of it. So, like the whole original thing. Right? So,
right.
It's kind of like buying a vintage car and then changing something in it.
Ooh, good one, Mike. Our good friend Mike, Mr. Chaotic 247. Who are your top 3? That's a tough one because I know you've been inspired by so many people. Who would you say your top 3 musical inspirations are?
Oh wow! Probably Slash, Zach Wild, and I guess Hendrix.
Wow.
As far as my personal favorites go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
I mean, there's so many wicked guitarists out there. Steve Vai is a wicked technical player. I mean, he could play circles around those guitarists out there.
Excellent. Just dropped a link in the chat. I'm usually wary when X drops a link, but this one's actually okay, guys.
Oh yeah, Randy Rhoads was phenomenal. Yeah, like I said, there's so many that God, you can go through a list for like hours.
Oh yeah. We could even just do a whole show on something like that, I would think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I just pulled up. That's a magnificent looking guitar. If this is the one that Rob, I don't know if you checked the link or not.
Let me check it and see.
Is this what you were talking about? And if you're listening to this on YouTube, because obviously there's no video, it'll just be the show logo. I'll try to remember to throw this link in the chat. If not,
oh yeah, that's a gold top. Yeah, that's a nice vintage piece too. I guess that's a reissue though. Yeah, it's a reissue.
I'm scrolling down. There's a lot of comments about the tone of this particular guitar. Guys, it's on Rob's wish list. You know, you happen to find one at a yard sale or something, we'll give you his address up there in Winnipeg, and we'll hook him up.
Yeah, they're only, well, that one in particular is probably about $4 or $5 grand.
Like I said, yard sale finds some granny doesn't know what she's got. That's our only hope. But
I think an original will probably run you around 15.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
So, in looking at the music scene today, this is what we'll talk about them. We'll make fun of the music industry a little bit now.
Sure.
I know this is one of our favorite subjects. And you turn on the radio, and there's this cutesy little song by some cutesy little auto-tune queen girl, "Call Me Maybe."
Oh my God.
And you know, and cringing, you punch the button, and the next thing you hear is Taylor Swift, or not so Swift.
Yeah, well, the thing is, well, Taylor Swift is, you know, she started off doing country, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kind of worked her way into pop. And she's kind of the exception because she hasn't really gotten all that slutty in her videos. You know? I mean, seriously, I don't mean to
Right.
to sound like an asshole, but
You're right.
that's the way that the artists are fucking making it these days. You know, like how much tits and ass they show.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking Rihanna or who else is good for that? Fucking Britney Spears.
Oh my God.
You know. And I mean, I can't blame them personally because that's the way their labels are telling them to do it. You know.
Well, that when you have almost no talent, you got to play on what few assets you might have, which would include a very nice TNA.
Well, that's basically one of the prerequisites for getting a fucking major label contract these days. Is, you know, can we market this chick by her fucking body? You know?
Yeah.
Like record labels are more like fucking pimps these days. You know?
They are. I mean, that's exactly how it is. And you don't even have to have any real talent. You know, your singing can be average. Some computer will make you sound like a freaking opera star if you wanted it to.
That's exactly what it is, Jack, because nowadays they got these vocal processors. And you could sound like a fucking, I don't know, somebody stepping on a cat's tail or something. No offense to Dora there, but I mean, you can sound like shit, and these vocal processors will make you sing on key. So they'll match your pitch perfectly to what you're trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they do in the studios.
So, knowing what we know about it, would you call some of these people actual artists, musicians, or entertainers?
Depends. Some of them who write their own music, I would say, okay, yeah, songwriting is an art in itself. So I give them points for that. I give them points if they can actually sing without the use of all that vocal processing shit.
Right.
And well, like I said, the sex aspect of it is basically the record label's fault. Really, it's a whole marketing campaign because that's the way they look at it. Sex sells, you know. So.
And unfortunately, it does.
Yeah. Well, that's it exactly. And I don't blame the artists for using what they got, but I blame the whole industry in itself for concentrating more on that shit than on the actual talent aspect of it. Because you yourself know, you've heard so many songs that sound like fucking rehash shit, Like they all sound the same.
Yep.
All the pop music.
Yep. You know, I'd like to know when the guys, when was the unwritten rule thrown up that all the guys are supposed to sound like they were constipated?
Yeah,
Use some of this stuff.
And now we've got this fucking Justin Bieber shit going on. You know?
My God.
It's like, remember all the boy bands back in the fucking, when what the hell was that group now?
Oh,
Backstreet Boys were popular.
NSYNC, don't forget NSYNC.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Well, so it's the same shit, you know. It's a fad. Like music goes through fads, like that. You know, or back when fucking disco was big in the 70s.
Right.
You know, John Travolta tried to be everything under the fucking sun. You know, when it came to acting, he chased fads like a fucking lawyer chases accidents. You know, he was what, fucking urban cowboy, and then he did fucking this disco shit. Saturday Night Fever. And he did that fucking Grease shit with the Olivia Newton-John. You know?
Right.
He's like the fucking fad king. But anyways, I shouldn't criticize everybody.
We got a newcomer in the chat, Karen 199666. Nowadays,
you walked into the happy hour.
You did. Nowadays, who actually writes their own song without help from technology?
Well, that's true.
I can only name one, and although the industry's trying to change her, Adele. This overweight British gal who could actually carry a tune. It actually sounds pretty damn good. Of course, now they're trying to make her lose the weight and purdy her up and all this shit. But yeah, that out of all the musicians, now I have to quantify this. All the mainstream musicians, because you indie guys write your own shit all day long, and it's the best on the planet, and you guys do it so much better. And because of the power of the internet, this is why the major record industry shuns you, because you don't have to kiss their ass anymore, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, the major labels are fucking pissed when stuff like TuneCore came through and started promoting indie big time, and now TuneCore has more artists combined than all the major labels together, believe it or not.
I believe it. And I give Jeff over at TuneCore all the credit in the world for being brilliant. For the benefit of those listening and watching right now who might not know about TuneCore, can you tell us a little bit about them?
I can't tell you when they started up, but I know they've pretty much overcome all the labels as far as overall sales go. They sell more music through iTunes and all the other distributors, online music stores, than the majors combined. And that's when the majors took notice. Hey, this is fucking serious shit, you know. And they started combining forces, because I think now there's only four or five major labels or something like that.
Yeah, because so many labels have bought into so many others.
Ones.
So TuneCore is partnering up with one of the majors? I know this personally. I'm just asking for the benefit of the show.
Oh, no, hell no. No, they haven't partnered up with any of the labels. They have, what they have done is they've partnered up with Universal Music as far as if people want to record stuff, they can do it through Universal if they want to record tracks and have an engineer do it through Universal Music. It's like $75 a song or something if you want them to, just for mastering.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the extent they have going as far as with the labels go.
You guys will have to excuse me because I got company.
What TuneCore has done lately, though, is they've offered publishing or songwriters.
Now, is it publishing as in like a label, like say TuneCore is technically, even though they're really not, kind of maybe your label, or is it just publishing?
Well, what they are is a distributor,
Mm-hmm.
and but they've offered publishing now, so you don't have to go through ASCAP or BMI or anything like that as far as publishers go. They'll publish your music for you, and they'll collect royalties on your behalf, and they issue it to you, I think, on a bi-monthly basis every 2 months or something like that. And I think it's like $50 or something to join for publishing, and then you can publish as many songs as you want to them. So it's a pretty sweet deal, actually.
Yeah, I mean, and would you say they treat their musicians pretty well?
Oh yeah, and their accounting is excellent. You get a total account of all your songs, all your sales through the various stores, and blah blah blah. So it's they're really good. If you have a problem with any of your service through any of your stores, they have staff that'll handle it right away. So customer service is excellent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Deb corrected us in the chat, by the way. Our good friend Deb from the Unsigned Musicians Show, which, by the way, can also be heard here on Blog TV every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. There are only 4 majors. There was 5, but another major bought them. They're having...
I know there's Universal... what's the other one? Deb would probably know better than I do because she keeps track of that shit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Deb, would you... we'll lose Rob's video doing it, but did you want to join us in the... did you want to join in the conversation?
Yeah, because Deb can probably contribute more
Deb can tell us. Deb can tell us who the freaks are.
Yeah.
Pussycat, if you're getting in my lap, come on.
I think Deb even knows some of those CEOs by name.
Well, Deb is a walking, talking dictionary on the industry. Nah, I'd rather look at Rob. Okay.
Okay.
Bet you weren't expecting that one, were you, Rob?
No, I thought Deb was going to chime in there because, yeah.
I'm sure we could persuade her to a little bit later.
Everyone's dying to hear your voice, Deb, so, you know.
I'm sure she could be persuaded to pop in a little bit later.
Yeah.
For those of you that are just joining us, I noticed that we got a couple of newcomers in the chat. Having a quick sit-down chat with our good friend Rob Mazurek, who's known on Blog TV as the Disperminator. Rob now has 2 albums out. One CD to come, but both of his albums are available on iTunes. His 2010 release, Walking Through the Dark Side, which is freaking fabulous. And his just released Lock and Load. So, Rob, when's the next CD coming out?
Sorry, Jack.
Oh, no, you're good. When's the next CD coming out?
Oh, jeez. You're trying to nail me on that already. Probably next year sometime. I'm going to be working all winter again, so. You just want to know when to start nagging me about the next one.
Yeah. Terry makes a good point. Rob is outstanding, and I don't mean he's outside standing.
Well, thanks, Terry. I like your tunes too, man.
Yeah, another brilliant musician in his own right.
Yeah.
What would you say the big difference, if there is a big difference, between the 2 CDs, Lock and Load and Walking Through the Dark Side?
I think Out for Blood was a lot more ambitious as far as the guitar solo goes. Artificial intelligence on this one. It's That's so. Uh, they're both kind of pretty much equal, I would think. This one has more geared towards, like I say, a theme. Well, of course, the other one was too, but I really can't tell you, Jack. I mean, to me, I just make the shit.
Right.
I don't really put a lot of thought into it. It just kind of comes to me, and I put it down on tape, and I just go with it.
Right.
And I don't really put a lot of conscious thinking into each song. It's just more of a feel.
Right. Just take it, and you just basically take it and run with it.
Yeah. That's the way I like to do it.
Well, let's take a second to talk about another one of your passions. Currently, how many firearms do you own?
Oh, I'll never tell that. No. Well, my favorite's the 44.
Now, in Canada, because I know we have shooting ranges here in the States. In Canada, do you have places to shoot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I belong to a gun club. I'm thinking of switching clubs, though, because the club I belong to wasn't really geared for 44. It was geared more for 22s and 38s. And I was told by the guy who owns the club that he goes, "Oh yeah, you can shoot 44 here, I guess." And he says, "What you'll have to do though is hand load your own ammo and down to like 44 special velocities, so they've got a lot of less oomph to them." So that's kind of a drag. I mean,
yeah.
So it's basically very light target loads. I'm thinking of switching clubs though, so I don't have to worry about, blowing out their backstop or something.
Okay. X couldn't stop himself. He mentioned it in the chat. When I said we're going to bring up one of your other favorite subjects, and X thought I was going to say women.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know when you throw a question like that at me.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, just so you all know, Rob here. Am I pointing in the right direction? No, I'm pointing in the wrong direction. This way. Rob here is single. Now there is a screening process. Particularly, our good friend Deb, the house mother here on Blog TV, we'll have to check you out. Make sure you're not some psycho. And then,
Yeah, I've had enough of those. Yeah.
Terry asked a good question. Why do you write songs?
Why do I write songs? Well, to be honest, I basically just go with the feel. I don't always write every song I do. Some songs I'll write, some songs I won't. Some songs I'll just play on the fly. I'll record a rhythm track, or I'll record a synth track, and I'll do a rhythm track, and do the lead track later, and just kind of build on it that way. Jerry knows because he does his own music as well. So
right,
he knows how the process goes. It's like
you saw. Did you see her?
She's checking out the webcam. She sees all this fucking hair. She goes, "Daddy."
No.
Yeah.
Did you see? I just happened to look over. I saw her looking at it. Then I looked at the monitor computer, and all I see is like this little face right here. What's this? That was completely random.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Deb said in the chat? Look at that.
I didn't. What was it?
Nathan's mom is single. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
And Deb points out that you're good. You can do it all the way from Canada.
Oh yeah, well hell, you think the feet are big. What? I don't know how I'm going to cross state lines, but we'll figure out a way.
I'm sure there's some wooden bridge somewhere that you could sneak across and get
I love
down
to
here,
see the
right?
fucking look on the face at the border, though, eh? Papers, please.
Yeah, look. Look down, look back.
Yeah.
Some guy in the back booth somewhere will be going, call Washington. But
That's a visual. I'm thinking there's a visual that you gets probably see on Monty Python or something.
yeah.
For those old enough to remember Monty Python. Oh, wait a minute, I'm trying to read the chat.
Yeah, X just threw me a curveball too. What cat food the kitty would love? Boy, you wouldn't happen to have a link, would you? Because the place I go only has like one kind of wet food, and it's pate. And now my cat's not spoiled. I'm just a well-trained human. She likes the shredded kind.
Shredded?
Yeah, it can. You know how some cat food's like that. It really is kind of just. It's like the pate stuff. It's like this flat stuff. Whereas, dude, thank you for the link. Whereas, she likes the shredded kind. It has to kind of look like real food.
Oh, yeah. Actually, no, Terry, I haven't. All my stuff is all instrumental. I thought about it, like songs like El Gringo and stuff, but since I'm not really a vocalist, I haven't really bothered.
Here's a good question. If you had a like say if you had a song that you wrote lyrics for, who would be the vocalist that you would want to sing them? Dead or alive? Dead or alive? I'll make it easy. Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. That really depends on the type of song. Somebody with a really raspy voice. I love Zach Wild's voice from Black Label Society. He's got a wicked voice. Yeah, the dude from AC/DC is pretty good. Although he's pretty distinctive to that band, so
right.
It's really hard to say. A lot of kick-ass female vocals up here too. So
I'll volunteer my cat.
I used to like Lee Aaron back in the fucking 80s for female vocals. So.
Terry does make a good point. It does depend on what sound you want.
Exactly. Some vocalists are geared towards certain styles, so it really depends.
All right.
But the whole industry is kind of fucked up today. So that's why I think indies are best doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm. When do you think the tide turned with the industry?
Oh, back when iTunes started up.
Do you think it might have been because of any competition they might have been getting from iTunes, or?
iTunes changed the whole industry once everything went digital and MP3. That pretty much changed the whole playing field, because labels had the monopoly back when records were big.
Right.
33s and shit like that. That's when the labels were in their fucking glory days, and they can pretty much dictate. That's when musicians were basically getting on their fucking hands and knees and begging to get a contract signed. And now the musicians realize they don't need the labels. It's the other way around. the labels need them a hell of a lot more. Because face it, without the artists, the labels wouldn't be making any fucking money.
Right.
So,
if you could go back, ow! Sorry, I just got bit again. Lynch. I apologize, guys. If you could meet any musician, dead or alive, who would you like? Who would you like most to meet?
well, Slash, Zach, Jimi Hendrix, Steve Vai, Randy Rhoads, Stevie Ray Vaughan. So many. All those dudes.
Good deal. Sorry about that, guys. I was under attack here. Anyway, does anybody have any questions that they might want to ask Rob? I mean, you guys have been really good at throwing them in the chat. It's kind of difficult for me because I've known the guy for so long. And I was trying to do this as kind of like an initial introduce Rob to people who really didn't know Rob outside of blog.
We have to explain to these guys that we're doing this all on the fly tonight, as you can tell. We haven't really pre-prepared anything. So.
We really didn't. And usually, like when I do like a typical musician interview, I usually have done like a ton of research, and I've usually got like a preset list of questions and whatnot. But yeah, we're totally doing this shit on the fucking fly, completely.
How do I keep my hair? No. I just let it grow. I've never fucking tried it.
Yeah, when we first met you, you had like really short hair.
Yeah, I had kind of short, spiky hair. Like, yeah, I remember that. That was long. How many years now we know each other now?
Holy fuck, it's been like, I don't know, dude. This is way back. We met on Deb's show over on Blog Talk Radio. It's, God, it's been like 4 years at least.
Oh yeah. I think it's more like 8, isn't it?
Something like that. It's been a long while.
Yeah.
Deb points at a freaking long time. At least 5. I think you're right, Deb.
Yeah.
Although Deb's known you longer than I have, because I actually met you through Deb.
Deb found me on MySpace. So yeah, she was the first one to make contact with me. And I just remember this email from Unsigned Musicians. I went, oh, okay, that sounds like a cool organization. I didn't know who she was or anything like that at the time. But she just said she liked my tune out for blood. So, oh yeah, it was the gun rant. Yeah,
it was. You guys met. It wasn't even about music. It was about guns, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was about some blog I wrote about frickin' gun politics on MySpace or some shit like that. So, yeah, I've always been ranting about frickin' anti-gun politicians.
You, Rob, say it isn't so. Excellent wants to know, do you have any children?
Yeah, 3. I won't divulge their names or their ages or anything like that.
No, because this is the internet.
Yeah. But yeah, I do. And they were all born in a row, bang, bang, bang. Because I'm Rob, after all.
So that's a quick. That's where Quick Shooter Padre really comes from. Okay.
6-shooter. Yeah, no blanks here. But anyways.
Anyway, well, Rob, I really do appreciate you coming on to the show tonight, man. Hopefully we can we kind of got the word out there a little bit. If anybody has any questions for Rob, please feel free to throw it in the chat. We'll hang out here for a minute or two longer. As far as the interview,
I would have been a whole lot more fun if I had like 6 or 7 beers behind me, but I still had fun anyway.
Oh yeah, always a fun time, and it's always great to have you, man. You're welcome anytime.
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome anytime. Will you ever cut your hair?
Well, eventually. It's halfway down my back now, so I told my sister when it gets down to my waist, I'm going to cut it before people start fucking whistling at me or something. But I don't think anyone can mistake, fucking 6'8". I mean, they can't possibly believe it's a fucking chick.
No, I think the mustache.
Yeah, a mustache would give it away pretty much. Yeah, and since I don't wear skirts, I think I'm safe. Yeah.
Or Hillary Clinton man suits. Sorry, couldn't help. Yeah. Couldn't stop myself. Sorry.
Yeah, those power suits. She buys them by the fucking truckload from Sears, eh? Those are seersucker suits. That's the stuff Bill wouldn't wear.
Here you go, Deb. I didn't know Crystal Gale was that freaking tall.
That's cracking me up, man.
This is, that's just payback, right?
Oh, of course.
All the times we've screwed her up.
I've got to turn my frickin' fan on so it can hear.
Yeah.
I had it off because I thought it might interfere with the webcam mic.
Well, we're pretty close to the end here anyway, so I don't think it really matters.
Who's in the chat here? I didn't even check.
Oh, we've had a couple.
Oh, hi, Karen. Jerry, Mike. Next. Oh, cool. Yeah. Most of the usual gang.
Most of the usual crowd here tonight. Anyway. Well, Rob, I want to thank you once again. I think I'm going to go ahead and let you get back to chillaxing, and we'll sit and we'll play some music here. And
I have to get Terry on here as well.
Yeah, that would be really great.
To get settled in over there.
Yeah, Terry, if you ever want to come on for an interview, and I promise that, like I said, I'm usually much better prepared than I was for Rob tonight. I would certainly like to invite you on for a chat, and we don't have to do the video thing if you don't want to. But yeah, I think you have me on Facebook. Well, you certainly know how to find me here. As soon as you get the move to Ottawa done and settled in, yeah, dude, I'd love to have you on the show sometime. Have your people call my people and we'll talk.
Oh, there you go.
10-4. Roger, Roger. All right, Rob.
Okay. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you. Again, Rob Mazurek. Music is available on iTunes. He's got 2 CDs out. Walking Through the Dark Side and his latest release, Lock and Load. If you haven't picked it up yet, get it, folks. You won't regret it. And Rob, thank you very much for being on the show tonight. And
thanks, appreciate it, Jack.
Appreciate you, man.
Always appreciate the promo.
Anytime that we can do anything for any of you guys, you know we're there for you. So.
Catch you in the chat.
Yep, catch you in the chat. I'm gonna stop.